Okay, house here. You see a need, fulfill it. Um, know how I be harping on. This whole book is talking about a particular nation of people with whom the Almighty loved. He called them His children. But who were they? Who were they down here in this resting room? Who were they via DNA? They were the children of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. Jacob had 12 sons, which multiplied and became 12 tribes. Okay, but you go on and you find out about that story. But anyway, we're talking about those people and the descendants and generations thereafter, because the book is even dealing with the descendants and generations of the particular people we just so happen to be reading about in Exodus. It even says things about over in Deuteronomy 28, things that would, the curses and the things that would transpire to these particular peoples, set of peoples, descendants and their children, if they did not abide by the Almighty's law, statutes, and commandments. And when you read, you certainly find out time after time that they disobeyed. You find instances where certain men, they turned away from the Almighty. And luckily, His grace and His mercy. But let me take you here to Exodus 3:10, talking about a particular people. Okay? Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people. Who are these people? The children of Israel out of Egypt. While all you, some of y'all out there trying to find out the Egyptian way and the ways of the Egyptian, when the Almighty brought your ancestors from out of there. Let's just be real. And here you are being duped into going back because you see a Rihanna with tattoos or whatnot, and you see all you folks covering up their eyes and stuff like that, getting back to the Egypt, because you right here in Egypt, like the book says. You take you out of Egypt, take them out, and they'll go back into Egypt, this time with shackles and whatnot. Stay with me. Go there in Deuteronomy 28. Okay, nothing new under the sun. They forsaken and turned away back then. Same things happening now with the descendants. I understand what Malcolm X meant when he said, "You are the people of the Bible." Yeah, we are. I'm talking to my people, and my people like me, darker and even lighter. You got some melanin in you. Okay, and then you understand this truth. He says, "My people hear my voice, and they come running." So if you understand this, my sheep, they hear my voice, and they come running. Who is the sheep? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's not be confused. All these things are meaning the same thing. House of Israel, house of Jacob, lost sheep, the saints. All these are dealing with a particular people. That's the false doctrine that Christianity give you. Oh, He loves everybody. But these are the same folks. I ask them, did you not read Romans 9 and 13? Jacob I have loved, Esau I have hated from the very beginning. When you go back, I told you, go back and get into that story. Jacob and Esau, very important. Angel came to their mother, Rebecca, and told them, you have two nations in your womb. Two different nations. Okay? So there, I took you there to Exodus 3:10. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh. This is the Moses. Okay? And like the Messiah, Yahushua, he was like the first Messiah figure, not as great as the Son of the Almighty, but he too, it was like a Messiah figure because he went and brought out a particular people from out of bondage and captivity, not just physically, but psychologically as well, because they had started to take upon the ways of the Egyptians. Same thing here today. I mean, we call it Americanized, though. We certainly have strayed away from what thus saith the Almighty. It's true. I get it now. Few will, but I get it. Let me take you to Matthew 15 real quick. Let me read you a story. They want to say Christian. When I say they, I mean Christians. When all these religions are the same, they're all man-made. That's where the lie is. Yes, that's the lie. You have to really understand and do some detective work. Read and understand and do some detective work. Go through history to find out what is true and what is not. Point blank, period. The book says, study to show thyself approved. Somehow Christians think that's just the Bible. Oh, I just need to read and memorize the Bible. No, you need to really go and do some critical thinking and researching. In all thy getting, get an understanding, because it's an understanding that'll keep you. You shall know the truth. No, you'll know it. You'll know it. Not have faith in it. You'll know the truth. And it's the truth that'll set you free. Free from what, House? The psychological bondage. The lies, the indoctrination, the false traditions, the pagan worship, the idol worship. This false reality that you're doing. Why you call it a false reality, House? Because everything I see, it's built upon lies and deception. False, not true, incorrect. I can't make it no plainer. And it ain't no whole, crazy, you crazy. No. If that is a lie, then it's false. Point blank, period. So they say nowadays. I've been saying it. Check my rhymes. But that's neither here nor there. 1521. I'm there. If you haven't, say amen. Ha. I kid. That was my Kawhi laugh. Okay. And they say, oh, he loves everybody. He comes to save everybody. I've already told you Romans 9:13. Jacob I have loved, Esau I've hated from the very beginning. So they already, boom. You know the Almighty, okay, he loves, but he hates all the same. Okay? Oh, Messiah came to save everybody. Yahshua came to save everybody. Well, let's see what this says. Then Yahushua went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from the region and cried out to him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord. Remember I told you title, son of David. My daughter is severely demon possessed. But he answered her not a word. Remember, she was a Canaanite. Okay, this woman, not of his people. Point blank, period. It wasn't his people, his kind of people, his nation of people, if you will. Okay, this Canaanite woman come from the region and cried out to him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, title, son of David. My daughter is severely demon possessed. But he answered her not a word. For some of y'all think, oh, he was just so kind. Oh, no, he wouldn't do such a, what would Jesus do? You know, some of y'all still calling the Messiah, ignorantly calling the Messiah Jesus, that idol, that graven idol. Okay, you think there wasn't a little bit of sorry? You don't think he got angry sometime? You don't think he was about his father's business? He was on a mission to wake up his people. It wasn't for everybody. Listen, let me keep going. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, send her away, for she cries out after her. Listen, Yahushua, I know you hear this woman crying after you. Could you do something, man? We all hear. I know you hear. And but he answered and said, I was not sent except. I need you to get this. This is the most important thing I'm going to say here. I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. To my Game of Thrones watchers. You know what house of this is and house of that. And so you know it's dealing with a lineage, a bloodline of people. And it goes on for past generations and future. It's going to deal with that lineage of people, that house of people. Same thing when it's talking about house of Israel, house of Jacob, those 12 tribes that multiplied and later on got scattered abroad. Four corners of the world. Okay? Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, title, help me. But he answered her and said, get this one. Someone, oh, he was just so kind. And no, he wouldn't have said such a thing. And oh, la, la, la. And this was a man that was about his father's business. Could care less about the naysayers, could care less about anybody that was not of his kind, if you will, or his people, if you will. He was about his father. I'm reading it clear as day. He was clearly about his father's business. But he answered and said, it is not good to take the children, who already covered the children, who the children are, the children's bread, for we shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Almighty, law, statutes, and commandments, and throw it to the little dogs, heathens, Gentiles, not the same, not the like people. Come on, you either get it or you don't. And she said, yes, true. Yes, Lord, title. Yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from the master's table. My goodness. Okay, so this woman knew her place. I had an uncle who used to say, know your place, stay in your place, and you'll always have a place. She knew, okay, he's on a mission. What he's going? It's clearly not meant for me. He's been ignoring me for a while here, just for me hollering out after him, and I know he's hearing my voice that I really need him. So I get that he literally has nothing to do with me. But man, if I could just get the crumbs, whatever, I know the mission you're on. The people you're going to go try to wake up and snap out of it, they have eyes and they see. I know those people, some of them, they're going to deny it. They're going to deny you, who you are and who you come from. But listen, I'll just take the crumbs. Then Yahushua answered and said to her, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire. And her daughter was healed from that very hour. Okay? First of all, it wasn't the fact that she said his name or anything like that and she got healed. No, it was the fact that she recognized the light. She recognized the way. She recognized the power. She recognized the truth. And she went running after it. Some of y'all, I'm sitting there literally giving you the truth, and who gives a rat's? Here, that Canaanite woman. See, I make this message for my people. My people. But a lot of them, they're not going to hear it. A lot of them don't get it. A lot of them like, oh man, fairy tale. And I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to unleash it and, break it down, because I went through and I see the deception. They switched languages and switched text and all this, that, there, and the other. Because you got to remember back in Genesis, it says Lucifer, Satan, is subtle. Means you hardly noticed if you're not equipped, if you don't have on the full armor. That means the little subtle lie you'll succumb to. The little indifference you'll fall victim to. He's subtle. All you got to do is go right there in Genesis. Gives you a clear idea of who you're dealing with. And most of you are underestimating them down here in this reality, in this fleshly realm. Because for one, we're not just carnal beings, we're spiritual beings. And some of you all just forsake that whole aspect for vanity. and materialistic and selfish gain. Few will get it. Okay? No, you think, listen, for this is these before my people. Moses went to go get his people. The Messiah went trying to wake up these very same people, the descendants of. And here I am trying to do the same thing. And others like me trying to tell you, hey, put that freaking idol, that goddamn idol Jesus away, man. Get back to the Almighty Yahuwah. And his son, I already told you, Proverbs 30. Do you know his name? Do you know his son's name? Proverbs 34. I took you there to, what was it, Acts 26:14, and told you that the voice that Paul heard speaking to him, whose name was previously Saul, the voice he heard speaking to him was in the Hebrew. Granted, we're reading it in English, but my goodness, that is a hint. Get back to the Hebrew. Things will start making some sense to you. Oh, but my people perish for the lack of knowledge, and because you reject knowledge, I'll reject you from being priest among me. That's why I can't even listen to some pastor who I know don't even read at a 10th grade reading level. I know that's what I had a problem with going to these churches, different churches. I'm like, man, I know I'm not saying I'm like a genius or anything like this, but listen, I know as far as reading level and reading comprehension, I could do a little better than this dude. I know some of you been there. I know some of you been there where you like, and I'm sitting here listening to this. This is supposed to be, and you try to cover it up with, oh, but he could use anybody. Man, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. You sitting up there feeling guilt into giving a tenth. If it don't make sense, if it don't feel right, come on now. The heart knows. The heart, and then the mind should go. Right after. It should happen to that under. If it don't sit right in the heart, okay. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all gotta wake up. I do this all out of love. All out of love for my people. I just want my people in the know. Just as much as Malcolm X wanted y'all to get into know, or, same here. And there's others like me who just want you to get into the know. It ain't got nothing to do about fame, popularity, or anything like that. I don't do this for that. If I wanted that, I could continue, writing my lyrics, which I do. AKA Too Legit. But no, this is for my people. I want my people where I'm at. That way, I don't feel crazy when I'm walking down the street and I'm looking at another king and I say good morning. And he just looks at me like I'm fixing to try to go into his pockets. But if he's in this, yes, you already know. You're heir to the throne of grace. Yes, indeed. Don't trip off of all this carnal BS, politics. Some of y'all got to get so wrapped up in this politic crap. It's funny. You pick a side, be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, he'll spew you from his mouth. How you sit up there divulging in politics, but yet you following after the Almighty? He clearly told you everything, every power position of power he put in place. So it ain't got nothing to do with your little vote. Believe it or not, your little vote. That's the play on your psyche. Oh, every vote matters. Get out there. Even you can be the difference. Also, some of y'all so bugged out, it's ridiculous. It's fixed, folks. It's fixed. Wake up, snap out of it, get back to the Almighty. Okay? Get out of all this. Even though when you get down to the details of being too country, I'm American, or I'm Puerto Rican, or I'm Californian, and even getting down to that, but no, none of that. I'm a blood, all that is, oh man, all these social, all that really don't matter. when it comes to my people. I'm talking to my people, my people, my people. We got to shake loose all this BS and just get back to the Almighty. It's that simple. We're wondering why we're going through all the things that we're going through. Man, let me tell you how much power we have, or we would have, if we just got back to the Almighty. Almighty says, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. That he hollowed that day out. That day, even the Messiah said that that day was made for us, not us for that day. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Okay, so I make it a habit not to. I try to make it a habit not to buy and or sell on that day. If I like on Friday, I try to get everything I would think that I would need on for Saturday. That way on Saturday I could just parlay and just do some reading, just do some of the things that I want. Just let it be a rest day where I just enjoy some sunlight. Okay. But on that day, Saturday, just think if everybody did that, got back to, what our answer was, the Almighty, hey, that's a holy day. Don't do don't do none of that. Just enjoy, read, sunlight, family, all that. On Saturday, not Sunday. Oh, Chick-fil-A got y'all full. Oh yeah, this gotta be a holy day. Chick-fil-A closed? Chick-fil-A closed today? On Sunday? It's gotta be that's the deception of the world. Some of y'all get it, some of you don't. It's Saturday. The day that y'all really go out and spend money. The day you really go out. I'm talking about my people. The day you really go out and spend money. The day you really go out and do this and do that and blah, 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 da, 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 da. On that day, just think if we all just didn't do nothing on that day. On the last day of the week. The day that they normally get so much money out of us. The day that we normally do so much unholy and on that day. The least we can do is keep that day holy. And we don't even do that. We are so far forsaken from the Almighty. Some of y'all have been so hoodwinked and bamboozled that you think the first day of the week is the holy day. Hosea, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. I love you. My people, I love you. These are just my feeble attempts to wake y'all up. That's it. House.